Okay, guys, social listening tool. Okay, what is it? Why is it there? Let me explain. We've got a whole bunch of scrapers that we built, Chrome extension scrapers. We got one here for Gmail. We got one here for Substack. It will scrape Substack notes. We got one here for Twitter. It will scrape Twitter for you feeds. It will scrape Twitter lists. Um, we got some others that are comment scrapers. This comment scraper will scrape comments in YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Reddit. Okay, 4 different places that it will scrape comments from. And what else have we got? We got scrapers for, let me see, oh, I can't remember. I mean, we got about 6 in total. Okay, so it covers LinkedIn, Reddit, Twitter, YouTube. In YouTube, we can scrape for um, particular channels. We can scrape for searches done within a session. So if I go and do a search for AI tools and then I do another search for AI SEO tools and then I do another search for AI marketing tools, every one of those results that come from the search is going to save all that and scrape all of that. And we got one for perplexity as well for scraping related questions, etc. Okay, so those are great to have, but we need somewhere to do the analysis. And we want somewhere to do the analysis really, really quickly, which is why I built the social listening tool. Now, I've really built this out over the past 2 or 3 days, and I've got it exactly the way I want it. A few tweaks needed, and these kind of tools, they're always going to go through, um, an evolution of improvements as I start to use them more and more. But let me just go through the main points, and I'll try and keep this as brief as I can. But it's a big tool, so there's a lot to explain. So um, get a coffee and sit down and go through this because this is one of the key things. This is like my secret weapon, the social listening system. When we started to fight back traffic systems, free training. And we started with the social listening system. The very first webinar, that was not a mistake. That was deliberate. After that, we went into list building. After that, we went into doing nurture sequences that work from turning um, cold leads into buyers within 4 email sequence. And, everything was a progression, but it started here. Social listening system. That was not by accident. This is where you can find new methods, new tools being produced or launched. You can find case studies, new techniques. You can find information about um, breaking news on any topic. Now, in the marketing sort of niche for me, it's about um, the progress and new stuff coming out with AI and tools like that. But I'm still looking for methodologies for marketing. I'm still looking for case studies for marketing for search engine optimization, what's actually working right now. And people are willingly sharing all that kind of stuff on social media, okay? Especially on Twitter, especially on YouTube. And there's a whole bunch of content being posted every day. Everybody seems to be a content creator, and AI has helped them to speed that up. Okay. And as they start posting stuff, it's a lot to take in. It really is a lot to take in, but there's a lot of gold in there that we can use, whether we want to build it on info products, whether we want to build some custom GBTs to automate those strategies that are working for ourselves. Or maybe we want to build no code tools exactly like I've built with this one in just a few hours. Um, so that we can do something very, very useful with it. Okay, so you can get ideas for new tools, for custom GPTs, for viral content, for all different kinds of things, as I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so as we come in here, you can see I've got 153 content items. Okay, in the last video, I showed you how to upload it. Okay, it's very quick and very easy. Go into upload content. Okay, you select a data source depending on which scraper you have used. Okay, you choose whichever one, and then you just choose file and upload. Okay. Now this is going to work better if you've got content from all different sources. Okay. I might put in here for Twitter lists. I might put in here for Twitter for you tab. I might put in here for my YouTube home feed and also for um, a YouTube playlist, for example. You can scrape YouTube playlists. So if I find a playlist all about how to optimize to get mentions on ChatGPT and Claude and Copilot, etc., then I might find a playlist there, and it's got a whole bunch of videos from different people. I can scrape that and put that information in here. Substack notes, LinkedIn comments, etc. If I've got a whole mix of those, I know there's going to be a huge amount of good information in there, but I need a way to not have to go through it all, just to have it analyzed for me. Okay, and this is what we can do here. Okay, so once you fill that in, you can see immediately it's going to give you for the whole amount of items you've got on here, which is I've got right now just one Twitter scrape that I did, for example, as an example for the last video. Okay, just 153 items. But here we can see the AI insights. It's going to tell you the top insights based on what your interests are. Okay, and here we can see trending topics cloud. So if I hover over this, you can see business has got 73 items. Okay, and marketing has got 44 items. If I click on that, it's going to open up a new window here. Okay, and it's going to give me the top performing content based on that tag. It's pretty neat. Okay, and we can see some information down here. Okay, now if I'm in the AI, when I've done that, if I'm in the AI analysis, okay, I can say I can give this a campaign name. I can call this Twitter, uh, 5th August, and I can put in here for you feed. Okay, something like that, just something for my reference. And then what you're looking for, you can be specific for the content you've just uploaded from the scraped content you've just uploaded. We can put in here some information. Now, put some examples in here. So I'm going to choose this one at the top. I'm looking for the best giveaways from my Twitter content that focus on actionable marketing methods or case studies. If I click on that, I can click on analyze the content. Then it's going to give me this. Okay, notice I didn't click the button because I've already gone around and done that analysis, because it can take a little bit of time to do that deep dive, and it kind of slows down the video. So I've already clicked on that and I've got these results. What's interesting about this is it breaks down with AI analysis, and it gives some extra commentary here as well. So this particular piece of content contrasts trendy marketing tactics with foundational marketing principles for long-term success. Sounds logical, right? Stick to foundational marketing principles, but you can use AI to help you to achieve that. Okay, so it's given me some ways that I can use it in here as well. Advise followers to focus on timeless marketing strategies over fleeting fads. Okay, fine. It's not that deep, but it can just give you that brief analysis, and this will get better the more I use it. Then I'll get some ideas how we can pinpoint the exact things we want to get from that particular tool. Okay, the key thing here for me is that I use social listening a lot. Okay, this is where I get ideas from new tools. This is where I get ideas and stay up to date as well with the sort of rapid changes with AI and marketing. There's always new developments. It's on a daily basis. It's relentless. How do you keep up with that kind of stuff? This is how. That's why I built this tool, and that's why I built the scrapers. I can just import everything, get the AI to sort it for me, and give me something I can use from it without me having to spend hours going through all that stuff. This is how we can keep up, but it's also where we can find out what's working now. There's a lot of people sharing case studies about things that they are doing, about things that they are find is working for them. um, there's a whole bunch of stuff being shared about new product launches, all that kind of stuff. And you can even dig into the comments and the feedback to see what the response is. So it's an all-in-one tool for being able to speed up and for being able to stay in the loop and get content ideas. Okay. Now, once we've got this imported and we can do those sort of deep dive via the tags, etc., there's a lot more we can do as well. If I come over into the AI labs, okay, this is where all the fun happens. And I've run all these campaigns. Okay, we can get a forecasting dashboard. I need to update this. It's not showing anything yet. It needs specific instructions. That's why it's not showing anything yet. But there will be some. information here, usable information that we can find. Okay, so it might be something like um, Manus is trending for being able to clone funnels or something like that. It will show some information about that here. Competitor content analyzer. Basically, what that will do is you can analyze by file or by URL. So you can put in the competitor's YouTube channel or Twitter profile or something like that, or you can analyze by file. Okay, and when you analyze, it's going to give you some insights. So if I just choose analyze by file, I'll just do a quick deep dive into this. So I've got this guy's YouTube channel. What I did is went over to YouTube. Okay, uh, I've got a Chrome extension here. It's a free Chrome extension called Fireshot. When you click on Fireshot, you can capture the entire page. And so it will just go through all his latest videos. Okay. And to get all the latest videos, you just go into somebody's channel, you click on the videos tab, it will just show the last videos first. And then it's giving you that screenshot that you can just simply import. Okay. So when you import it into here, then we can do some analysis. Okay. Uh, and you can also, get some suggestions with these different hashtags, etc. And it will go and dig deeper. So we can analyze there. It's going to give us feedback based on what it sees. It will tell you how often the guy is posting or the person is posting, um, and give you some insights about their content and what's working for them, which is pretty neat. Okay, so you can see the frequency, you can see the content themes, AI development, startup ideas, marketing strategies, productivity tools, content mix about what it's doing, top performing content, content gap opportunities, actionable insights, their unique angles. It's good information. Okay, content calendar. It can go into the content that you've uploaded, and if you click on AI generate, it's going to give you some ideas for um, stuff that you can use in a calendar sort of format. And if you want to go and produce that content, you can do that. And there's some tools within here that can help you with that. But it's not really meant to be so much of a content generation tool, but an analysis tool. Okay. Once you have content, you can put it in here and it will analyze it. It will compare it to what's been imported and what's been successful from those great pieces of content, Twitter posts, YouTube videos, that will look at the success, the metrics, the data that we're able to pull in for engagement, for views, etc., etc. And if you've created some content, you can put it in here. It's going to compare you to what has been working based on the information it's got to work with. Okay, so that can give you some insights as well. Let's come down a little bit. This is where the fun starts for me. Traffic magnet generator. What we can do is we can get ideas for little tools that we can put on our websites, either embedding them or get an idea for doing like a single file web app tool that we can build with ChatGPT and Claude, and we can upload via FTP. Okay, if you're wondering how to do that, we cover that in Unshackled coaching program. Okay, I'll be opening that up again in a few days. But you can see, based on the content it's got to work with, it's giving us some ideas for free tools that we can embed on a website. Okay, so we can save that idea. Okay, and that will go into the idea bank over here where we save. Okay, so I'll click on save an idea and we'll come back and we'll see that later. Um, marketing principles quiz. Okay, let's save that idea as well. Okay, and we can have a look when we get into the idea bank later. We will see that. Viral content idea generator. It's going to have a look at what's working based on viewers, engagement, etc. from the imported content. It's going to give you some ideas for content here. So it gives you some headlines, tells you where it's suitable for, why it could go viral, the content angle to use. Useful, okay? Lead magnet creator. Okay, we can choose content ideas. So I can take for example, from, let's take this one here, from the imported profiles. Okay, so when we upload a CSV, it's got the person's name or the profile name. And so it will dig deep into their content to come up with, lead magnet ideas based on what they are talking about. Okay, so you've got somebody who's um, appealing to the same audience that you want to target. This is a good way to do it. Okay, very quick, very easy. Content brief generator. You can just put in anything here. So any topic, and it will dig deep based on the content that's there. So I could put in local tools, content brief, analyzing the CSV that I put in there. And based on that, what's working, it's going to give you content brief. Okay. Suggested titles, target audience, key talking points, etc. Useful. Okay. Content repurposing tool. So you find a profile who is doing content, again, aimed at an audience that you are interested in targeting. Okay. So what we can do is we can go and find somebody, and let's just see if we can. I'll just choose one of these. Okay. Send out. Okay. Twitter thread. Okay. It's going to have a look at their content, and it's going to give you ideas for creating your own content, whether that content is going to be a Twitter thread, a LinkedIn post, or a snippet, or a section for a newsletter. Okay. I'll put in here, generate. And all of these tools, they might look like filler, but they're not. Each one of them's got its own purpose. Because when I'm doing stuff with the social listening system before I built this tool, I would get ideas, or we get flashes of ideas. Okay, inspirations for ideas. Some of it might be for creating content. Some of it might be for an idea for, oh yeah, I know that topic. I know that method. That method. I know how to take that method further. I want to do a webinar about that, for example, for the Fightback traffic systems. Or it might be an idea to build a custom GPT. Or it might be a really good method I've just discovered from this, and I think I need to put that in a custom GPT so that I can automate that. Okay, so a lot of the stuff that comes out of the social listening system, especially on Twitter and YouTube, to me, they're giving me ideas that I can go and automate. Okay, if somebody's got a step-by-step guide, then what I can do is I can turn that into a custom GPT that automates it. Okay. So I'm not having to go and find a PDF or something somewhere. I can save it, and I've got all these different tool tabs and folders up here where I can organize stuff. That's the way I kind of organize myself with those custom GPTs, etc., that I build. Okay. So this content repurposing. So it's created a Twitter thread, and basically is using the same information, was is hitting the same topics as whatever profile or content creator that you choose. Okay, custom GPT ideas. So this is going to give us ideas based on the content, again, that it's got to work with within the CSV. Some of it you might want to use. Some of it you think, okay, I don't really need that. That's okay. It's just giving you ideas based on that. Okay. Now, a lot of these tools we can take further. I want to put in little AI chats where I can guide it and say, like, I'm looking specifically for ideas based on case studies that I can automate with custom GPTs so that I don't forget about them. Okay. So I can do those, test those strategies quicker. So if I've got an AI chat in there that can do that for me, that makes it nice and easy to be able to do. Okay, so we've got some ideas here and just some basic stuff, but we can take it further. We will take it further. Newsletter ideas, we can do that as well. Uh, I don't know if we can click two of these at one time. I've never tried, but let's see what happens. Newsletter ideas gives you some ideas here. I think what happened there is when I clicked that one, this one stopped. Okay, so I think you can only really click on one at a time. I'll check it because I'm going to click that again in a second. Okay, SaaS idea identifier. This is for building tools like this, no code tools. Okay, this toolkit that you're watching was built just by prompting, absolutely no code whatsoever. I can barely type, never mind code. Okay, I could never code even if I wanted to because I can barely type without a typo. Um, So this is all done with prompting. This particular tool is all done with prompting. So this is going to give us ideas based on the CSV import. Um, and if you import like from 5 different sources and you've got like, a few thousand posts, not 153, it's going to give you some really good ideas here. And it even scores the urgency and innovation and all that kind of stuff. Pretty cool. Okay, so it can just, spark ideas as well. And that's mainly what it does for me. It sparks ideas. Let's see if we can get more newsletter ideas, and we will know that if you click on more than one of these at one time, that the other one stops. Just see, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So we had one idea, and when I clicked here, that one stopped. Okay, so click on one at a time. You don't have to click on every single one of them, but it's going to give you here, for example, newsletter ideas. If that's what you're looking for, then go and click on newsletter ideas. It might give you some ideas, okay, for a newsletter. Content library summarizer, that's for all the content that's been imported. It's going to summarize it for us. And then we can do a trend analysis so we can see the key themes, main insights, quality assessment, recommendations. And here for the trend analyzer, tell you the emerging trends, declining topics, seasonal patterns, etc. So the tool is basically giving us different ways that we can look at what's being shared without us having to go and spend hours going through YouTube videos, Twitter posts, LinkedIn threads, or whatever. It just gives you everything in an analysis very quickly, very easily. Now, I will be evolving this. Of course, I will. This is like the first version of this sort of new build for this particular tool. So I will be putting things like AI chats underneath each one of these so that we can steer the content and continue the conversation even after you've got these results. So for example, if I've got this, then I would have a little AI chat that I could have used to guide at the beginning before I click the button. And I can also use even after we have got this and say, like, I'm looking for specific insights and I want to know more about this or this or this. So then you're getting into a chat with AI that is not just based on the CSV content, but also you can take further right inside here instead of having to go to ChatGPT or somewhere else. Okay, we got tag momentum analysis. Works the same as the tag cloud, basically. Okay, click on one of these with the little cards here. It will pop up and give you some analysis, just like um, the tag cloud on that main page. Okay, so pretty cool. We can pull all this kind of information together without having to spend hours. And if I go over to the idea bank here, everything I've saved is in here now. Okay, so after you've done that analysis and you've saved a few things, then you've got somewhere it's been saved to, so you don't forget, and you can come back here anytime. You can go back a month from now, and it will still be there. Okay, and you might pick up on some of the ideas. Okay, we also got instructions in here. It will tell you step by step how to use each one of the tools. Okay, there will be video tutorials added in here as well. In the settings, you can put in different AI API keys. Okay, comments here. We've got one of the scrapers, the comment scraper. It will scrape comments. Um, it will scrape comments on YouTube videos. It will scrape comments on Reddit posts. It will scrape comments on Twitter posts, and it will scrape comments on LinkedIn posts as well. Okay. A lot of the time when you're scraping comments, you will find there are some comments that have just got a single emoji or just 2 words or something like that. We don't want that to clutter the main dashboard. So the software will recognize when it's comments and it will pull the comments into a separate tab. Okay. That keeps the main dashboard cleaner and the comments can be here, can be as messy as it wants to be. Then I don't really care at that point. Um, but what we can do then is we can do the analysis once it's pulled in and delete whatever was there. So that keeps everything nice and clean. Then we got things like campaigns. Okay, so you can set up a campaign and basically what I need to do is I need to build little tooltips next to some of these tools. And the AI labs have all got tooltips. Okay, so you can click on this, for example. It will tell you what it does. Um, Same with this one here. All of the ones in the AI Labs tab, I've got these explainers, little tooltips, but I haven't got it in everything. Okay. Campaigns is where you're going to start to build campaigns. So you can have a campaign that is based on some CSV imports, and you can basically organize your content into these campaigns so you can save the stuff into specific campaigns. Good if you're managing clients and stuff, if anybody's interested in doing that kind of stuff. It's a good way to organize. Okay, so nice tool. It's designed to, for me, to be able to organize what I need to organize. Now, another thing as well before I go, you will see down here in the top, the bottom right, X Pulse Monitor. This is actually a very powerful tool, but um, it needs an API key from Twitter. To get the API key from Twitter, you need to have a Premium Plus account or something like that, which costs about $40 a month. Most people watching this video probably don't want to pay Twitter $40 a month, but there will be some people that use Twitter quite seriously, um, that are already using it. What this does, it can monitor trends and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really, really powerful, um, for anybody who's got that API key. Okay, hopefully there'll be a way that we can get that key without having to spend $40 a month at some point in the future. But right now, that's the way it is. But I put it in there because some people who do have the sort of Premium Plus account, whatever it's called, that's a great tool for them to have. It will really help them. Okay, so that's a social listening tool. What is social listening? It's keeping up to date, it's keeping in the loop, it's discovering new stuff, what's working now. Um, if you're into AI for marketing, for example, there's a lot of changes every day. This keeps you up to date. The best thing about this is you can walk away from it, come back a few weeks later, start running this, and you're up to date very, very quickly. Okay, you can be up to date really quickly with what's happening by having a tool like this. So what I was doing with social listening, like just going through stuff, making notes, mental notes or whatever, it was all disorganized. But I was getting most of my ideas from seeing what's working for other people and keeping up with the news and seeing the new different types of tools coming out, etc. Um, all of that stuff was on and it is being kept in my head. Now I've got a place that can take vast amounts of information, and I can import CSV after CSV after CSV from all those different platforms, and then just run the analysis for all of them combined, so that I've got the best ideas cherry picked for me, and it will tell me which ones are worth spending time on, so I don't need to consume a huge amount of content. It just gives me everything on a plate, and it even goes into the specifics, like here's some custom GPT ideas, here's some no-code tool ideas, here's some content ideas, etc., etc. Okay, so that's how we use it. How do you get a hold of this? Well, we've got an offer coming out. Okay, we've got about 5 or 6 different scrapers. We've got one for Gmail. Okay, so you can scrape Gmails from your from labels. If you have some newsletters and stuff that you subscribe to, you can put a label on called newsletters. Open up that label, and you will see all your newsletters that you've labeled, all the newsletter emails that you've labeled. And if you're in that particular tab or in that label, it will scrape the last 100. It will scrape the last 100 of your inbox, of your updates box or whatever. Okay. So that means that you can dig into what other people are, spending their time creating their newsletters about. Okay, so we've got Gmail. We also got for Substack. Substack's got some great information in Substack notes. Um, we got for YouTube and for Twitter. This one is Twitter. Okay, so this will scrape Twitter for you tab and Twitter lists as well. So if you have lists in Twitter based around specific topics or subjects, I've got for growth marketing, I've got for um, AI news, I've got for um, using AI in marketing. I've got various Twitter lists. I can just open a Twitter list and scroll down. The more you scroll down, the more it can pull in, and so I can keep up to date very quickly. Just import it in here and get it to sort it out for me. Okay, what else have we got on here? The comment scraper, as I mentioned. Okay, Reddit, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Okay, any comments, if you find a specific post that's got a lot of comments, then you can see the sentiment behind the the, the response to it. Okay, positive, negative, find pain points, frustrations, get some ideas for product validation, etc. Very, very good tool. Okay, Chip Scraper, Pro version, it will scrape channels. So if you go into a channel like this one, okay, and you are in the videos feed here, I can scroll all the way down. And the more I scroll, the more results it's able to go and pull in. So when I do click on that, I can come here. I can choose from drop down channel videos. It's going to pull them in. I can select them all. You can see it's selected last 100. I can export that, put it into the social listening system too, and get it all analyzed. Okay, give me some ideas for content. Give me some ideas for tools. Give me some ideas for custom GPTs. You see the power of this. Okay, I don't need to mess about. I don't have to go through all these manually, and I certainly don't have to watch them. And some of them I might want to watch. Okay, it will recommend the ones that I should spend time on. And often for YouTube, when I get a recommendation for that, I'll open a video and I'll use a Chrome extension to get the summary, get the key insights, get a checklist if it's a how-to methodology kind of um, video. Then I've got everything I need without even having to watch the video, and I can take that again and do something with it. Okay, that's the power of the social listening system. That's what I built that tool for, and it gives me ideas all the time for new stuff that I can build, and for content that I can do, whether it's a webinar or whatever, and just keeps me up to date, keeps me in the loop. Okay, nice, easy, powerful little system. Very, very, very good. So if you purchase any one of those Chrome extensions, you have access to this. Okay, but we are selling in the bundle as well. Okay, so if you want to grab all of them, you can get a deal if you buy the bundle. But if you just want to buy one, like the Tube Scraper, for example, I think it's about $37. Then you get access to this tool as well. Okay, any one of them gives you access to this tool. Okay, that's it. Thanks.